Alright guys, here we are 2 weeks after I bought this thing. Maybe 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks. Do my honest review. I got 5 cooks on this. Had a lot of trouble out in the hot sun using this. You might have watched some of my other videos on that. It's a learning curve, folks. The P setting. This baby is not like the old Pit Boss Lexington where you just turn it to smoke, let smoke go away, set it on your temperature you want, and go about your business. It's got a learning curve. In the morning, I had this thing working fine. I put my pork butt in it, had it out there in the yard in the sun. In the morning, there was no sun at that time. It was going fine. Then as the sun came up, started hitting on it, I slowly watched my temperature climb from 250 up to 285, sometimes 300. And I had it on P setting 4, out in the hot sun. I'm like, what the heck, here we go again. So I moved it over under the shade tree. I turned it down to, you have to set the P setting on 180, folks, if you didn't know. And I turned it back up to, I think it was P setting 5, P setting 6 thing. I'll have to go back and look at that video, but P setting 6 under the shade tree, and then it settled down. So, you have to, what I learned is you have to watch the temperature outside your yard the day you're going to smoke. If you're in Texas and it's 105 degrees out and you got this bad boy sitting in the blazing sun, I don't care if you got a P setting of 25, you probably still have trouble with it. Keep it in the shade, keep it under a cover, keep it in the garage. This has just been my experience with it. Now your experience may vary. I put this thing through many a test off camera with the same result. Alright, let's fire this baby up. We're in the half-built shack here. It's about, right now, 68 degrees out right now. It's probably 9:30 in the morning. Oh, I'm going to show you the other thing. I did add a temperature gauge here, folks. I'll bring you down. And let's fire this baby up and I'll show you how we started up on a hot day. Let's say 100 degrees out and you got this thing out in the shade. This is what you should try to do. Alright, hang on, folks. I'll bring you down. Alright, folks. This has been thoroughly cleaned out. After my pork butt, I cleaned it out with the vacuum cleaner. I got my shop vac raw here. There it is. I cleaned it all out. Perfectly clean. We're going to start this up. Now when you start this up, it ain't like the old one where you have to dial down and you just turn it to start or the smoke setting. This one you start up, and this is what happens every time you start it up. The book says you can just start it up on any temperature, right? Hey, it went back to 180. That was weird. That's everything back to where it was when I saved it. Now that's the first time it's done that. Now I feel like a fool. Huh. Oh well. I got it on P7. We got it on 180. We're gonna open this lid up. Oh yeah, I installed this temperature gauge, folks. This thing don't lie. It's very accurate. I've already had this thing running for a while this morning, folks. I got the probe right here. Yeah, I went through a lot of tests with it this morning before I started filming. Right at grade level, pretty close to that one. We'll see how it goes. Alright, I'll bring you back after we get up to temperature here. Alright guys, we're trying to get some smoke out. One thing I gotta say, the Pro on this thing, it does smoke a ton. It puts out almost twice as much smoke as the old one does. I filled her up with some just regular old, plain old hickory pellets from Pit Boss, nothing fancy. Like I said before I started this video, I come out this morning with playing with it. Trying all sorts of stuff. Trying to figure out what the heck's going on. We're in a nice shaded area. It's cool out right now. Like I said, about 68 degrees. Now, I gotta understand these PID controllers, they'll overshoot 40, 45 degrees. and then they'll slowly, you know, settle down in. But sometimes on this one out in the sun, you set it at 250, it went right up to 285 and just stayed there. Might have watched that other video. If I remember, I'll try to put the link down in that video. Try not to ramble on, folks, but I really want to tell you about this pit. I was really excited when they came out with it. Now, I got this with my own money. I'm not on Pit Boss's payroll. So I can be brutally honest with this thing. It's a learning curve. We're at 100 degrees, 105 is coming up good. We got that on P7 still. I had that out here earlier today and I was messing with the P setting. I can hear the pellets going in. Smoke's gone. Alright. We are going to set the temperature to 225 degrees. On a P7. Alright. I'll bring you back when we hit 225 or if it overshoots. Now the PID controller, it will overshoot. Now it's supposed to settle back down, alright? So, okay, let's talk about it, why it's warming up. You know, this is what the video is all about, not me complaining about the temperature. Right. I love it, looks cool, got nice stuff. I added the temperature gauge. I love the firebox. Got a little place where you can store your stuff. You know, it's got a little more of a curve right here, and the other one's got like a square box, but these measure exactly the same. So if you went to Pit Boss and ordered this dart here to keep your fingers out, and put this thing, I'm pretty sure it'll fit. I measured it. It's got a little bit of a curve. Might have to grind a little bit of it down, but you'll have a place to store your thing. I got one of my viewers said they're going to contact Pit Boss and order one, and he's going to let me know. And I'll surely let you guys know. And if it works out for him, then I'll go order one. I got a temperature gauge here. It's already going up to 350 degrees. So I just put it in the hole that the probes go into. It ain't nothing yet. Alrighty. I might put it here. Now I had a viewer saying that these 3 holes are for holding the top shelf. I don't know how that's possible. There are no hooks on it. Now it might be something on the inside I didn't see. Let me take a peek first, folks. No, nothing on the inside. These are just threaded bolts. I think the Pit Boss Pro Series has a table on front. I'm pretty sure that'll bolt in here. Anyway, Pit Boss made it where you can put a table if you know how to drill and modify stuff. I've been searching for something. So far I haven't come across anything. We're at 215, 210. Got this little thing. The pros I like about it is it goes up in 5 degree increments. Alright? I know the P setting I could probably use go without. You got 2 probes, just like the other one. You still have 2 holes for your probe. They come with 1. Come on, Pit Boss. Put 2 in here. It ain't just Pit Boss, it's all other grills too. My Weber smoke fire came with, it did come with 2, but it's got 4 holes. I hardly ever use a temperature probe anyway. When I'm not filming, I don't mess with temperature probe. I'm an old school guy. I've been doing stuff for so long, it's pretty much by time, and I get close to my time thing, then I start checking it for probe tender. I don't rely on a temperature gauge. That's just me, I'm old school. Tool hangers, ain't cool. You know, I got tables everywhere. I don't use tool hangers, I just throw them on the table. Other than that, it really ain't much difference other than the control panel. The legs are a little bit different. Alright, this is starting to settle back down now. It's coming down to 300 on the side here. We're at 215, 220. You watch the timeline down there, how long it took us to get up to 225. This thing here is bouncing back and forth. Stopped at 225. Alright, we're just going to let it sit there and we're going to talk more about this pit. Everything else inside's the same. Same shelving. Same amount of cooking surface. Alright, nothing other than different is you got a place here in this controller. If this thing starts giving me trouble, I will order another controller for an old Pit Boss Lexington and I'll install it in here. But man, when I had this thing out in the sun, I had nothing but problem with it, folks. The P settings, they'll disappear when you set your temperature. The only way you can change it is to go down to 180, then you can change it. But Pit Boss does not recommend changing it too fast. Go one number, wait a few minutes, go another number, wait a few minutes, or your fire could die down, they said, if you go up too high, too fast. I like to start it on a high temperature, and then you can go down. Going down is better than going up. But only go down one number at a time and wait 10-15 minutes. Oh, it's red, and the fan's running. Temperature, the side gauge went down to, going down now, it's about 290 degrees on the side here. It's about 4 inches away from the main probe. These things don't lie. These things are accurate. You know, they tell you, you know, if this thing's saying it's 280 in this corner, you can bet your ass it's 280 in this corner. You know? Pit Boss has got a nice little seam there that seals the heat up. I watch other videos where they put foil in there. It's supposed to block the heat from hitting this temperature gauge, and I have not tried that yet. I really don't know unless the heat comes out, you know, goes in somehow, finds its way through there. That might be the next thing I do. Oh, I got my lunch, folks. I got some leftover roast beef I was going to warm up. I mean, a nice roast beef sandwich. You might have watched my roast beef video. Excellent. That was a must make, folks. You got to do it with that zippy sauce. Yeah. Other than this darn sticker won't come off. I'll take a hairdryer to it, I guess. Leave it on. It's not a bad grill, folks. If you already own the old one and you don't need another grill, just keep the old one. If you're on the market looking for a small one, get this. But be careful, don't get alarmed if the temperature is all out of whack. You have to learn. It's a learning curve, folks. Took Big Scotty a long time to learn how to use it. Went up to 225, it's been staying there pretty good. Where I had trouble, when I hit the 250 mark. So let's go to 250. That's going up down to 300. As far as your temperature, you're going to have temperature swings in every pit that you own. My Weber kettle, it goes up and down a little bit. Depends on how much charcoal light. So I wouldn't get too alarmed, you know, about that until you figure everything out. I'm still not done experimenting. There'll be more videos on this pit, folks. We'll see down here in the timeline how long it took to go from 225 to 250. Pretty soon now you're going to start seeing a big puff of smoke coming out of here. When it smokes, folks. You can smell it. I definitely get more of a smoky flavor out of this pit than I do out of the old one. As much as I love that old gal, this one will beat it on the smoke flavor. That's with lumberjack pellets in there, folks. Now Bear Mountain I heard was good, but I can't buy Bear Mountain in my area. I have to order them offline or drive 40 miles to another store to get them. Pit Boss and Lumberjack are the two main pellets that they sell in my little town. And Traeger. You know, Traeger is twice as much, but they are good pellets. They work good. 230, 235. That thing there is telling you it's heating up. Little temperature probe here in the middle. Alright, 240, bounce it back. 245. This tells you it's heating up, I think. I'm not sure quite what that one's for, but This is at 350. I didn't drill a hole. The hole is already there, folks, for the probe. I do got my drill though. I might pop a hole here. I might pop a hole here. I might pop a hole all over the place. Maybe here. Alright, we hit 250. Check your timeline down below. Real time. And you'll know exactly how long it took to get to 250. P7. It is not moving. We're in the shade, we're out in the cool. Now you watch my other, I'm not going to do that experiment again in this video. You already saw my last video. I was shot right back up to 285 when it was in the sun. P7, it did not overshoot. Alright. I do highly recommend this grill if you don't already own a Pit Boss Lexington. I'm only speaking on the Lexington. I don't know anything about other Pit Bosses. You know, I paid for this with my own money. I sent emails to Pit Boss asking they'd let me have one to try out, and they said it's tough to be you, fat boy, because you don't have 30,000 subscribers. Oh well, that happened. The side one here is at 350. It's at 250. So, you want to know the temperature of the corner of your grill? Over here is 350 degrees. That's at 250. Now let's open the lid, see if we drop in temperature. We're going to open the lid. This one here is starting to drop. That's not dropped yet. And all that heat's coming out. Right now it'll probably be calling for pellets. Like most, you know, like all these other ones. My Weber, you open it up, you lose heat, it calls for pellets. That one dropped down to 300. It's about a half inch off the grate. Now you see the smoke coming out now, it's calling for more pellets. This still hasn't dropped yet. Well, I don't know what's going on there. This has dropped down now, it's under 300. Got smoke rolling. Alright, let's shut the door. Okay, we're in here, we spritzed our food or whatever, you know, when you mop your sauce on, you want to get the lid closed as fast as you can. You're looking, you're not cooking. Now that dropped down to 240. Let's see how fast it recovers. Watch the timeline down there, folks. Down to 235. We're at 315 on this one. Good to know how hot your corners are. I can't speak for that one, but what I would start doing though, if you have like a Thermo Pro or something you can put on the grate, you know, they'll give you an accurate, the Thermo Pro you can set up here, or an Inkbird or something, tell you the grate temperature also, if you're one of them guys who like messing around with that stuff. Alright, we're back up to 245. 350 here, is trying to recover from all that lost heat now. Okay, 250. And it has stayed there. Alright now, I'm going to go back, I'm going to shut the camera off, I'm going to shut it down, and I'm going to put the P setting on P1, and we'll see what happens. Maybe go to 0 and try it. Shut it down. Light went off, you'll hear the fan still running. We'll go through the shutdown cycle. We'll be right back, folks. Alright guys, we're back. It's all shut down. We're going to start it back up. On 250. We're going to go down to 180. We're going to turn the P setting. Let's start it on 0. See what happens. We put P setting on 0. We'll open the lid. And my roast beef still in there, staying warm. A warm roast beef sandwich, folks. That's the joys of barbecuing, folks. There's always leftovers. I'm on vacation. That's why you see me wearing shorts in these last videos. I don't go anywhere without my shorts. I got a lot of these shirts on. Oh, I ain't wearing the Scotty shirt today. Ha! I got the Flat Top King. Ah. Getting ready to go to 180. We have to go through the whole cycle again. Let the smoke come out. It's still warm. I mean, I started it right up. You know, it's only been a couple of minutes after it shut down. We started it right back up. A is on 0. Remember the first time we started it on 7, went right up to the temperature and stayed there. Now there's lower number, it's going to start feeding the pellets in faster. Every so many seconds. The thing about it is having one of your kids throwing a log on the fire and you throw one on every minute. You know, as you get your temperature. If you get cold, throw it on a little faster. There, we got smoke. I'm pretty sure these are preset in the factory with a computer. These cycles are on seconds. Do not really go by temperature as long as the lid's shut. You set the button. Okay, it's P0 is set to go every 10 seconds, just say for argument. P7 is set to go every 40 seconds. You know, I don't care what the temperature is going on in here so much. To me, this isn't connected with temperature, as long as the lid's shut. This is supposed to maintain your temperature without a lot of swing. That's my understanding of it, folks. I read that book 100 times. They say P-setting increases, gives you more smoke flavor. That's a possibility too. It does say that in the book. But I'm more about trying to control the temperature than I am how much more smoke it puts out. That, we're at 160. Got the lid shut. This one's going up. It's up to 250. It's over here in the corner. We'll try other tricks too. Maybe I'll put a piece of foil down in there like the YouTuber guy did if we still having trouble. But it's mainly a review what I feel about it. Once you learn how to control the temp, it's an excellent smoker, folks. Alright, now P0 it overshot 190. We're going to go right up to 250. Say we're going to cook a rack of ribs. Alright. The little thing there is telling you it's heating up. And a little dial here. We're at 225. It's climbing fast, so it does climb faster than the old one does. This is all the way up to, this is all the way up to 450, folks. In this corner, it's 450 degrees. So you don't want to put nothing over here. Suppose all that heat comes up, goes around that diffuser plate. It's got to come out somewhere, and it comes out towards the end, the corner. Okay, we're at 250. We didn't overshoot. It did go up the temperature a lot faster though, you know, it's still kind of warm. How's that? P0 now. Out in the shade, cold, I've never had no trouble holding temperature. Boy, the minute I have it out in the yard and that bright sun comes down and hits it, boom, there goes my temperature. No matter what P setting I had. I put it over in the shade when it was like 92 degrees out. Put it on P6, leveled right out and did good the rest of the day. Okay, the con does not work in hot sun. Always keep under a cover. I I think painting this thing black could have been a bad idea. Because the old one, I never had no trouble with it overshooting that far and staying there. Where it's a brown color, a gold color. Black conducts heat, you know that, folks. Now my Weber smoke fire is black, and I don't have no trouble with that. Actually, you set that on 300, 250, it stayed right there. It don't go anywhere. But you know, that was $1,200 compared to $300. You put an extra $800 into this little bad boy, you'd have a nice little pit. Remember, Pit Boss is just a big box store. You know, they're not known for quality. You know, quality is Weber, maybe Traeger. I think Traeger and Weber probably the top two pellet grills that I'd ever want to own. I never owned a Traeger, but I've heard a lot of good things on it. I mean, there's a reason they're $1,000 for a small one. Now Weber, you got lifetime warranties on some of the parts. You call them up, say, hey, this thing's broke. Boom. They send you right one out. Good luck getting a hold of Pit Boss. I can't even find their email on their website to email them. Hey, everybody got Weber or Pit Boss's contact information? Leave it down in the show me section or down in the comments section. Phone number, email. Still at 250. Did not overshoot. Let's go to 275, folks. That's where I seem to have the most trouble. It's still right around 68 degrees, 70 degrees. We're under a shade tree. Out in the backyard, there's some smoke coming out. And everything puts out a puff of smoke, folks. It does good. It's definitely a smoker. Watch the timeline, see how faster it goes up on P0 than it did on P7. I'm kind of curious on that one. I did notice from the old one, this one does start up a little quicker, maybe 3 minutes faster from the other videos you might have watched. May I order one more of these and put it on my old one. Not climbing as fast as I thought it would, but we're at 260 now. There we go. Now this is went back down to 350. Now we lost all of our numbers here. They're all gone. This has gone up to the green line. I highly recommend reading that book. Sit down with a cup of coffee or a cold beer in your recliner and just read the book. Yes, I admit I read the book. Sometimes I take a beating in the Facebook Pit Boss forum, but hey, I don't pretend I know everything. So that's why we're out here in the backyard trying different stuff. I want you to see it for your own eyes, not somebody typing it on the keyboard. And if you buy one of these, and if you have any questions or any problem, my email is in my YouTube page down there in the contact information, or leave a comment. I answer all comments, good or bad. I do not delete bad comments. I'll answer your bad comments. All I ask is for you to watch my videos, let them run all the way through. The more views I get, the view hours, the more YouTube will put my Pit Boss Lexington videos out there in front where you guys can watch them. Not about me making money, it's about more Lexington owners seeing my videos, alright? To help them. I'm here to help you. Then we go up kind of slow. We kind of died down at 265 on P0. I think P0 is supposed to feed faster, right? Still full pellet. There you hit 270. I put 250 to 275, that's only 25 degrees. See how long it took. Okay, now we're at 275. We hit the temperature. All that stuff is gone now. This is up in the green. This is up at 350 degrees. So if you're wondering how hot this corner is, that's 350 degrees. Biscotti don't do biscuit tests. My grandpa saw me wasting grandma's good biscuits out here. He'd slap my hat right off my head, folks. Didn't overshoot. I say, as long as you're in the cool area, in the shade, amazing little pit. Out in the sun, forget it. You gotta keep it under cover, folks. That's the only con I have on this pit so far. And the only one probe that's a con, but that's on a lot of pits. And I think the new model, they would have put the slider tray. Yeah, Big Scotty will add one to here, but it won't leave it out sticking out that long. Alright, folks. I say if you got any questions, leave it down in the comment section or email me. I'll try to leave my email down here in the video somewhere. Alright, folks. Peace out. I highly recommend this to you guys if you want to buy one. I pay for this my own money. Pit Boss did not send it to me. I wish Pit Boss would help me out. I'm helping you guys out. Alright. Peace out.